Here you go, folks. Hey there, my name's Ian, and this is my good friend DJ.
Hey.
And hello, my name's We're gonna get this. It's gonna happen.
We're just getting warmed up. This is getting us in the groove.
So here are the top video game songs that changed our lives. Ready? Clap. So the first song on our list is Kokiri Forest from The Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time. This song opened the world up to me. Stepping out of Link's house as a child and seeing a game in 3D right for your sweaty Oreo hands to stomp all over. Slaying all the pots and bushes in sight. The balance of different instruments replaying the theme throughout the piece give a hopeful yet homey feel.
I actually had access to this game on the collector's edition that came with the GameCube. At that time, I really only played like Mario Happy Sunshine games. So when I played like Majora's Mask and Ocarina of Time on those, I wasn't quite brave enough to venture out into kind of the main area.
Yeah, it was like the first area of the game, so it was very happy, but like kind of ominous in some ways because you knew something was like, you didn't know what was gonna happen in the game, you knew something was wrong.
Yeah.
And like when you get near enemies inside, it would do the enemy theme or whatever, and then it would cut back to the happy music and you're like, this is kind of dark, but I kind of like it. Yes, this game is your childhood dog that never died. You can always go pet it again.
But then it's really hard to taxidermy it so they look right.
Well, they remake it for other consoles. That's kind of the same.
Yeah.
The Game Boy Advance port of Yoshi's Island was one of the first 2 games I've ever owned.
I can remember watching my brother and my friend play Yoshi's Island, and just the music itself is so Nintendo. Like it drives, and then it has this weird little sound like harmonica thing come over the top, but the bass is like kicking the whole time. Yeah. It's very catchy.
This is kind of what a lot of people connect with this game, I think.
I think that's the beauty of some of these songs and these games is we were like children when we played these, and so they made the songs really happy and like peaceful and inviting. When you're depressed, you can play these games and it helps a little bit, at least for a little. I reserve these games for the darkest times of my life.
Yeah, so it's like, you know, Baby DJ playing a game about Baby Mario.
Yoshi is really saving the Baby DJ.
Why not?
So really the stork brings Baby DJ and all of his aspirations and life goals into the grasp of a green dinosaur.
Yes.
Cool. All right. Yes, the soundtrack of every 2003 McDonald's lobby, where friendships went to die, Melee. The opening theme hypes even the saddest of boys up, preparing them to spike their friends, and as the old ancients used to say, style on them for real.
The realist.
Super Smash Bros. Melee. It's really hard to choose between all the Smash songs because they all have a certain place in my brain from playing the game over like every single game. Melee in particular was just so like revolutionary for me as a kid, and I think for a lot of kids. Like, it was sort of the birth of the what is now competitive Smash scene. Melee kind of just changed the game, and I was still really young when it came out, so I didn't really get competitive with it then. The music itself is just very driven, and it's kind of epic, and it kind of takes a leap from the 2 songs that we just talked about and being very kiddie and very peaceful, and it gets a bit more intense. Melee kind of stepped up the game into being like an older kid and like getting competitive with games and like getting your favorite characters and beating up your other favorite characters and winning and stomping on your brother's hands. It's good times, generally.
You're hard-pressed to find another game I put more hours into than this one. For how much I played this game as a kid, I am not good at it at all.
Oh yeah, this is the one Smash game I'm total trash at.
No, I only use specials and smash attacks. I didn't use aerials or tilts or grabs or shields. Because if I can just hit them hard, why does it matter?
We both play the newest Smash game. Side note, if you like Smash, we may stream on Twitch at some point, just some Smash for fun, so you can see our terrible skills in action.
Next up, City Trial from Kirby's Air Ride. To me, this track just represents kind of goofing around in a game with my brother, just when we were kids. So for those who don't know, City Trial is a mode in Kirby's Air Ride where you're just running around this city area, trying to find different air rides. These air rides all have a bunch of different kind of varying stats and abilities, and within your time limit, you want to try and run around this big city area to try and gather all the power-ups you can, see if you can sabotage your enemies. There's also random events.
And I just kind of like the feel of it. It feels very like achievement. Kind of works with what's happening in the game.
You know, you're on a time limit to get all the stuff, so you can basically have the better vehicle than your opponents. So at the end, you'll get a random event. It could be like drag racing. You could be doing a one-lap race around one of the other mode's tracks, or you could actually be fighting King Dedede, which is really hard apparently because I have never done it.
You've never done it?
It's just a random event. It's like you get wrecks. He wrecks you super hard. This game was just me and my brother a lot of times, so this was one of our games we hang out with and have fun with. You can do a free mode of the area, so you can just kind of fly around, have fun with it, have all the other vehicles unlocked.
Yeah. I did that with like Star Fox multiplayer and like ATV Off-Road Fury multiplayer, and those kind of games were just like, just screw around. We never actually played the game as it should have been played. We just kind of did random stuff.
Yeah.
The next song on our list is from Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare. It is the multiplayer lobby music. Do you remember staying up till 5 with your friends, stuffing your face with Cheetos and Mountain Dew? Remember when your body didn't crack like a firework when you got out of bed? Remember when the corporate world didn't flood your life with bills, loans, coffee, and other useless amenities? Well, this song represents that limited time where you were happy without knowing it was all a ruse. The beginning of the massive online Call of Duty experience. Simple, but not a cartoon. The music fit the intensity. With strings and Radio Talk-esque percussion, it was a soundtrack to the precise ghillie-suit sniping that we saw in the Chernobyl mission. Ah, to be young and not be drowning in the sorrows of death and taxes. So this is the song that would play like when you're waiting for a match in the multiplayer section of the game. It was a more mature song that kind of stepped up and changed things for me. It's like, it has a lot of weird little distorted percussions and some really intense strings. I mean, it's almost like a soundtrack to a movie. And so, I mean, there were some like online multiplayer games when this game came out, but this was sort of revolutionary, Call of Duty 4. And like it changed and started the whole, every year we had a new one kind of thing.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with any of the Call of Duties myself. I did a little Medal of Honor.
I just think like all of the hours spent at like being 12 and like waiting for a game to start and like all of the new guns and the lobbies and stuff, and like it just changed the game, I guess. From going from like single player games and like cooperative playing with your friend in the house kind of games to playing online with like 12 people at a time. And only while you're like in middle school and high school can you just unashamedly play these games without feeling like you're wasting valuable time that you could be doing other things. But it's like a fun game. I mean, I played these games for so long. It's like Madden or something. Yeah. They couldn't go anywhere. They usually took a good thing and made it bad by trying to add a bunch of new things. Like they're just almost like cartoons now, and it's just not. It's not my cup of tea. Like kids that are 12 now will love the games now, and I'm sure they'll think the current games as like how I think of these games.
I didn't play these games, so I got Jack.
Without these songs, I wouldn't be the person I am.
You'd be smoking crack down at the rail yard, but no, you're here. You're talking about video games.
It's true, DJ. You could be smoking crack, but here we are, bringing you breaking the break.
What is happening? What is happening while playing? What is